Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. It's time for patch 11.5 overview. Let me present you 11 highlights as well as some extras. Last Thursday, patch 11.5 came live, and with it, we had Meat Week, which includes two events, Prime Cuts and GRAHM'S Meat Cook, which, by the way, awards you with very unique and limited awards. So if you didn't do the events yet, make sure to hurry up because they are going down in a few days from now. So I'm leaving you the links up there to make it a little bit easier for you to follow. The first video is the full walkthrough of the events, and the second one is showing you how can you farm it a little bit more easily, and also the full reward display. Moving on to the actual patch, the list is not extensive, there are very few points to go over, but still I have selected 11 highlights to show you guys as well as some extras. So let's get into details, shall we? I'm going to start with something that is often in their patch notes, which is improvements to server stability. I must admit that I haven't seen a single server crash while I was playing, of course, but game crashes are happening way more often to me than it used to. Now, keep in mind that I have been playing in borderless window lately, because it kinda cuts off the crashes by 50%. I don't crash as much. But after this patch, I am crashing quite often. Sometimes it's randomly, sometimes it's when I ult tap, sometimes it's when, people throw grenades or there's a lot of things going on, like at the Queen. So yeah, maybe the servers are more stable right now, but is the game more stable? Surely not for me. Meat Week is live and running since last Thursday, as I mentioned before, and I'm not going into too much details in here. Basically, there is a first event, Primal Cuts, where you need to kill waves of prime creatures, and then you will get prime meat as a reward. Then you can use that prime meat in the second event at GRAHM'S Cook Meat to get extra scrip per day. It's pretty handy if you are looking to farm scrip for legendaries. But you shouldn't expect too much from prime cuts apart from a legendary or two every now and then. In the main event near Vault 76, you will have to do a set of different tasks in order to progress the meter bar. And it doesn't seem to matter what you do as long as you reach the icons. The first icon is the minimum requirement, and the third icon is for ideal or the best rewards. Other than that, you get exclusive and limited rewards such as outfits and a new weapon and a new recipe, new mods, even a firework mine, which is surprisingly beautiful and very rare. So make sure to do it while you can. After all, this is brand new content that is going offline very soon, and we don't know when it will be back, probably next year. Have you noticed a little bit more budget in your camp after patch 11.5? That's probably because you have a fertilizer producer, and now it takes less budget from your camp than before. I have tested it and it feels like it's about half than before. It's way less than what I remember. It used to be quite substantial, and now the budget bar is barely moving. It's still a little bit, but it's nothing like what I remember. So they really did something here, and I'm glad they did, because it's just a Brahmin and some food for it. It didn't make that much sense to have such a huge budget for it. So I'm pretty glad with this change. Now let's move on to the power armor fixes, or yeah. So Bethesda said they have finally fixed the Nuclear Winter Power Armor skins. And I've seen that Hellfire one is supposedly fixed. I don't have it, so I couldn't test it. But my Pink Sparkles and SLOCUM'S Joe is clearly not fixed because I'm still getting my lights from my feet. It's, yeah, there for a long time. It's very annoying and it's basically unplayable when it's very dark because I can't see a thing. So I either play outside of Power Armor or I'm pretty much screwed. Still regarding Power Armor, Bethesda said that they have fixed an issue, a rare one, when you were trying to exit Power Armor in level terrains. Now, I tested this over 1,000 times, and for a little while I really believed that they had fixed it because I didn't encounter it at all. I remember facing this issue a while ago, but it was just one time. But yeah, so far so good. Things were indicating that they had fixed it. Also, be careful when you exit Power Armor in ledges because your character will drop down, just like this. What I found out is that your Power Armor is still not in a good position. Let's say there are too many bugs, and one of them, it's not new, is the invisible bug. When you spawn your Power Armor, it just disappears. I'm not sure if it went inside the rocks or if it just vanished. Whichever the case, you need to wait for your Power Armor to return to your inventory or relog to be able to access it again. Anyway, I logged back into the servers in this run. And first of all, I couldn't exit the Power Armor. Then I was able to, and as you can see, the Power Armor moved on its own slightly. Then I had no controls at all. And I was thinking it is that nasty bug where you can't access any controls, but nope. It's just no animation entering the Power Armor. After some seconds, I was inside the Power Armor. Everything seemed fine. And I was able to exit the Power Armor all around this area where the bug first occurred. So this can give you a hint that no, they have not fixed it, at least not entirely, and it still can happen in level terrain that you won't be able to exit your Power Armor. If that happens, just move a little bit further and I'm sure you will figure things out. At least I managed to fix this one, which is when you inspect your Power Armor in the menu, you are able to check every single piece in detail. Before, there were some bugs where things were getting, really out of place or not working as intended, but now you can properly inspect every single piece while accessing the Power Armor menu. Thankfully, this one is finally fixed. Bethesda really took their time to add the Ring of Fire Nuclear Winter theme song to the Appalachia radio, but it is now live and you can find the song in the radio if you pay attention, or if you are lucky enough. There are many songs to be played, so it's not something that you can immediately spot on, but the song is there. I have heard it multiple times and I can assure you that it is now part of the Appalachia Radio playlist, so just relax and enjoy this theme song of Nuclear Winter. It's one of the best parts of the DLC, in my opinion. Something else that is new is when your vendor or fermenter is full, you will now get a notification saying that, well, it is full and the item you are trying to add is going directly to your stash. That is good to know because before, sometimes I didn't notice that my vendor was full and then I was trying to add an item and they would all go into my stash, and I would end up wondering why they weren't selling. That's because they were in the stash. So now you get this message over and over, and that's a great thing. I didn't test the fermenter because I hardly use it, but I can only imagine you will get the same message. When I read in the patch notes that vending machines are not displaying music when another player is using them, I felt like something is amiss, because I'm pretty sure that I have recently seen this. When someone is using the script machines or a legendary exchange machines, when you click on them, they will reproduce music every single time you click on them. So I thought maybe I heard wrong, and I tried to test it today again, and figures out I wasn't wrong at all. It's just that they haven't fixed it again. It's one of these things. Another one that is part of the patch notes that they claim to have fixed. But as you can see, it is nowhere to be fixed. The sound is still there, and no matter how many times you click, it will still reproduce the sound. Not bueno. Well, something else that catched my eye is the fact that the Atomic Shop wouldn't update in certain circumstances. Moreover, when you would browse some tabs, things would stop updating, and that's obviously a hassle for everyone. I remember it happening a few times to me, especially when I tried to access the Atomic Shop at the feature page. Sometimes it wouldn't display anything for me, just a loading icon going on, and nothing really would show. And today I tested every single tab and sub-tab. Things seem to be running as fine as it could run. Therefore, I am assuming that Bethesda has really fixed this one. Thumbs up. The Nuka-Cola girl outfit got a small rework. I have the outfit, so it was very easy for me to check this one out. Seems like the midriff got reworked and it now has better textures. There were some issues with the midriff before, and now things seem to be better. Actually, I remember the midriff to be very plain, like it was lacking textures, and now it seems to be somewhat normal. At least the outer layer seems very normal to me. The inside is just very plain still. But if you look at the shoulders at the backpack, it kind of matches. The fabric seems the same. So I'm assuming that this one is fixed as well. Now it's time to go over some extras. The first one I have for you is that loading screens are longer than before. For me at least, and for some other people that I have asked, it's like, I think around double the time. It's taking around 1 full minute to load into the game, especially when you start the game. When you server jump, things are also very slow for some reason, and this is just a clear example. I'm not slowing down or speeding this scene, as you can see by the icon. It's the normal speed, and it's around 1 minute. That's really a long time for a single loading screen, in my opinion. I'm not sure what are they doing or why are the loading screens longer right now, but that's not good. It's just so boring to wait 1 minute every single time you want to log in or server jump. What would you do if your emote quick bar gets changed with your normal quick bar? Well, this is not necessarily a new bug. I think it came with patch 11 if I'm not wrong. But look at this. Today it was quite a mess. It kept getting bugged for me, and in this particular time I was really frustrated because it got bugged every single time I was trying to either do an emote or change my weapon. I was doing it on purpose just to test it, and yeah, I was getting emotes in my weapons, I was getting weapons in my emotes, or things weren't showing at all. Such a mess. I hope they fix this soon because it's very confusing. And if you are in the middle of a fight, you will just do emotes instead of changing weapons, for example. I mean, it can get you killed. So it is funny here, but it might easily turn into something not so funny. The last extra I have for you is something that I'm somewhat tired to discuss. It's about the camp loading times. And for some reason, in some servers, they are super slow again. They take forever to fully load. But it depends on the server because I tested this multiple times, and in some servers, camps load really quickly. So it's confusing, very confusing. As such, I'm not sure if Bethesda is really at fault here. I think it depends on the status of the server. If it's on for a long time, if it's laggy, if it's faulty, then maybe camps will load really slowly. If not, they will instantly load. So that's something else I had to show you guys. That's my patch 11.5 overview, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing a few things like new bugs or even a few lines from the patch itself. Maybe some from the list as well, but I can test everything, especially Nuclear Winter perks. I saw that there was an update, but I don't have the perk, so it is impossible for me to test it, for example. I'm Marta Branco. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have anything else to share, then don't forget to comment in the section below. I would like to know what do you think about this patch, about the new content, about the things that they have claimed to fix, but they are still not fixed, and of course about new bugs that I have seen over Reddit and Discord that they are still there, you know? It's a never-ending story. So that's going to be everything. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to click the subscribe button below. Also, I have a Patreon page, which you can always check in the link below. Thank you, guys. I will see you very soon. Adeus. Bye-bye.